Ladies and gentlemen, we understand that you have come tonight to bear witness to the sound of drum and bass. We regret to announce that this is not the case, as instead, we come tonight to bring you the sonic recreation of the end of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to hold your color.
But this is where it matters. 39 laps around this beautiful legendary track, and it's going to all be who can get the better start between Nick Turn and Mine G. Realistically, you don't want to be trying a sort of crazy dive, but I think Nick Turn's going to have to do something if he wants to get this position. We are all lights on now. It's when they go out, we'll be getting underway with this Monaco Grand Prix, and immediately there is no waiting around for this one. Mine G gets a beautiful start. There's nowhere for him to be losing out those positions that Nick Turn can't get through here. Loads of cars going side by side, no contact overall so far. I'm just currently checking the back of the grid, and everyone has got through turn one beautifully.
Well, that's one of the easiest corners to try and get through. It's going to be the hairpins where you're going to see some real nudging going on. He basically stopped at some point because it's just so tight. There's damage back there, definite damage back in the midfield. I saw Russell wing up the first line.
Oh, 1 second, because Yawn and Beaker have actually come together and they're reversing onto the track as well, getting people in the way. That's both of them falling right down the order. I don't think it was anything more than a mistake from one of the drivers and getting collected straight afterwards. But Beaker definitely has got some damage, and so does Yawn there, so that's not good news at all. Copy is off into the wall. That's turn one there. That's exactly what I was on about, how it can easily kill you. Fossetti just turf you drifted around there.
He's going to come around the outside. Who's going to take the lead? Up the hill. Martin only just for. Here comes Yonti up the hill behind him. Oh, squeezing into the barrier. Ooh.
It was held up as a result of this. And all it's doing, look, is back in the pack, back up again. Mine G, Yonti and Zerd are all really close to one another. Gooby's in the pits now. He's going to be switching to the medium compound tyres. Now, Mine G needs to get a drive. Buemos has ran a bit deep there into the corner. There's still no opportunity here. Mine G might be getting a taste of his own medicine earlier. Look how much pace he's got. Buemos is just holding him to rights. There's nowhere for him to go. This is going to be purely down to who can get the slip down the inside. I've seen this a few times where somebody's gone for a move and it's not worked.
Ooh, thought you were going to send it. Buemos goes in deep. Doesn't lose. No one loses anything through that. Mine G. Oh, okay. That was good. Jumping into the Nouvelle chicane. He's right on the back of him. Buemos can't do too much about this. Bundy's trying to go around the outside. Interesting manoeuvre.
Oh, he's done it. He's free.
Yeah. You're under investigation because he did it. So he needs to be careful. He needs to start putting away as he really is. He's really got 4 second lead. Yonti go past Buemos. They're going up the hill through Bo Rivage. Yonti, beautiful.
Yeah. Look out, he got stuck, almost buried into the wall. Zerd sending it. That's a tough line to run through, but he's done it side by side. Buemos is really holding him tight. Buemos has still got the tight inside line. Zerd's going to try and run around the outside. He actually has a better turning circle than Buemos, but somehow he's done it. He's ahead. Buemos has lost another place, and crucially, that's 2 places that Buemos has lost up the hill. Hazard hasn't been able to do it, but he's going to go for a full send here. This is going to be a tough one. He gets a little bit of a squeeze there from Buemos. Buemos is holding him. Managed to defend that beautifully, but this is the area that he struggled the most. He just doesn't have the turning circle. Hazard still gets held up and stays exactly as it was before this action started.
Yeah.
Full front wing, so he has better grip, but this time Meister has got alongside of him. This is going to be a really tight one. They had little scraps all the way through there, and that's going to be Meister cutting the corner. Didn't get a penalty. I think he might have got a warning for it, but he has got the position, but he gives it back. Taking the outside line. Although Hazard got faked out by it, he went for the inside. There's contact between the two of them, and that's Hazard just turned in a little bit too early there. Oh, Blue's coming in here on Sloppy. That was a real send-it move there. Sloppy got a penalty as a result of being sent a bit deeper. So DRS benefit is only down to the slipstream and the grip that he's got on these tyres. Oh, big contact. Blue just sent him off into the wall. There was damage there on Sloppy's car. I mean, I want to go on board with him if I could, but I can't look away from this action that's going on right here. All 4 cars are all stacked up together. This is just really starting to get a little bit too tense for these drivers. I'm not sure what they're going to necessarily be doing.
What you gonna do?
Another nudge there. Blue just seems to be getting caught out by it, but here he is looking for an inside line. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tense. Who's going to pull it off? It's not going to be Blue, and Hazard holds on to P5, at least for now. There's still a few corners left to go for them to start their final lap. Oh, he's looking for it. He's gone down the inside. There's contact as well between the two. He's just forced his way through. Sloppy just slams into the back of Blue, and he's also through a big crash. I don't know how Hazard is still alive. That was enormous, and Hazard falls further and further down the order. He's lost 3 places, and honestly, I think that was a bit aggressive there from Blue, and then Sloppy just followed it up.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to be asking you a question about if Blue didn't get past Hazard on this lap, would he just let Sloppy back through and Wobbles back through? I think he's in a situation now. Does he just let these 3 guys back through? Sorry to you guys, Wobbles, thanks for letting me through, but have to finish back. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
I don't
try and get away with that penalty.
I don't think so. I think he's going to be dished a penalty regardless. I think at this point now, I think you just cross the line and then take it. But we have, the race is over. Martin G has taken the win. Zerd has taken a solid P2. Yonti's taken 3rd place. Mizzo will eventually come across the line and take 4th. There it is. Blue, who is likely going to be in trouble through a few incidents here today. He's going to cross the line in 5th, but I think it's a very provisional 5th because, when the stewards get hold of him, I think he's going to be I don't think he's going to be able to sit down for a little while just because how sore his bum's going to be when he gets a smacked bum.
Fuck it. I lied. It's drum and bass. What you call that cow?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for the F1 race here in the Rwagnation League. I'm Ben Ragger McConnell, and joining me on the caster's desk is the one and only Jamie. I'm Caster Elder. How are you doing?
I'm not too shabby, how are you?
I am actually super excited for this race. It is Canada. It's a 3 DRS zone, and couldn't be any more entertaining when it comes to the driver standings. The top 5 are so close together, although Zerd is currently leading with 94 points. His teammate's right there behind him. There are so many great drivers on this track that it's just... Oh, last year, if you can remember, last year was insane. It actually brought us probably the best race we've ever seen in RNL. I'm hoping we can replicate that again here. Although, in constructor standings, it's very different. Mercedes are actually leading by their 162 points, and the team behind them, is on 107. But there is the track. Obviously, this is F1 2019, which means you only have 3 compound of tyres available. That is the soft, medium, and hard, obviously C5, C6, C7. Here is the bit that I think is going to be interesting. This chicane here, turn 13-14, there was contact in another league between Beaker and Vexation. Then comes turn 10, there was contact with Beaker and Dwip. I'm starting to see a trend here. Beaker being the main problem. He's obviously going to be racing here today, and I don't want to slay him too hard because he does a lot of big things for me and this league, so I can't destroy him emotionally too hard. But we are here now in this beautiful Grand Prix, and so I'm immediately going to chuck you under the bus and ask you what your top 3 predictions.
I hate your bus. I've ever told you that.
Yeah, it hits you pretty hard, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm just watching Falsetti, just making a little mistake there at turn 8 and 9. You're still going. Last week, I have a big boost to feel. Last week, I got the race 100% correctly. I went big, and it paid off.
Yep.
I don't think I'm going to be able to replicate that here today. The Mercedes are good. But are they going to put it on the front? I mean, we've got Copy and Ayrton here. Oh, Falsetti makes a mistake on the final corner. That's ruined his lap. This is a great lap for Copy and Falsetti to do. Copy and Ayrton to do their toe things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Martin G, Ennickton, Zerd.
Okay, fair enough. I think you're pretty much there, mate. I don't think I can really...
Well, it's the Mercedes was that way or the other way around. That was what I was playing with in my head. Which way around do they go? Where does Ennickton come in that? Is he going to split them? Is he going to... I think that is your top three. The order, you might as well pick him out of a house. Out of a hat. That's just probably going to be the fairest way of working out who it is.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you. I think it's going to be the Mercedes boys on the podium, almost guaranteed. Martin G has been showing insane levels of pace lately, and obviously he's fresh out of his win last week. I want to see that replicate again here today. Bring himself closer and closer to Zerd. That would be even better. I mean, like I say, the points difference was only, I think it was like 30 points if I remember correctly. And Martin G was really not that far away from it at all to be able to really take it. And if Zerd has a bad race, the championship could become closer than it's ever been before. So I want to see what differences will be made there. Sloppy is the person who is my sort of like, and Yonti, I guess. They're the two people in particular that I'm keeping very close eye on because I actually have a lot of belief in them. I think Yonti might actually make on. You know what? Here we go. Martin G.
Are you going big?
Martin G. Zerd Yonti.
Okay. Well,
it's sort of big, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not unexpected. I think Yonti is definitely a quick driver. We saw that last week. But has he got the one lap pace to put it at the front where it's needed? Well, we're going to find out. The other thing I'm wondering, I'm looking at the standings so far. This is round number 7. In the previous 6 races, Martin G has DNF'd 3 times. He's captain consistent of being either really good or DNFing. And that, I think a track like this, which is a street circuit by nature, it has walls very close. If he makes little mistakes again, he could see a DNF once again. And I think that's going to be weighing heavily, quite possibly, on his mind coming into this race. He DNF'd in Australia. Okay, not 100% his fault. He got spun and got obliterated by, I think it was overspeed, wasn't it? He just sort of went, I'm going to go straight through you. Oh, wait, you didn't ghost. Yeah. I can't remember China and Azerbaijan, but I'm assuming in Azerbaijan it's probably ping-ponged off the wall somewhere.
No, so that's the bit that in one of the races it's not fair for us to really judge him on because he actually had pedal failures, so he had to retire as a result. So it was unfortunate that had happened to him, but it happened, and so I think ultimately we're looking at sort of 2 DNFs. But the one thing that also stands true and is really important to remember is last race was Monaco. He won in Monaco. It's not specific to street tracks that he struggles at. It seems to be the ones where you have a lot more space where he seems to be struggling. I mean, this is a track, like you said, it's got quite a bit of space in these areas. For example, if you're on board with Jon now, who's in this, they're going through sector 2, he has got a fair bit of space in the run up through the corners. In this area, look at the runoff he's got here. But as soon as you get through the chicane, you're already coming over to the wall on the right hand side. And it's the same for the final chicane as well. And it's, that's the area where we're expecting to see people make mistakes. That's the area where we're going to see a lot of damage. And ultimately, that could be the end of some people's races.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the F2 earlier, Kai making a big mistake coming off, I think it was 8 or 9, wasn't it, and going into the wall.
Yeah.
And that's how easy it is. Just one little wobble, you lose the back end. There's no margin for error if you have a wobble. You're going to hit the wall. And Jorn shows us a wobble as he comes towards the line. That's what a wobble looks like. Thank you, Jorn.
And he was still faster. He was still faster than his previous lap. He was 0.2 faster, which is just... I mean, Jorn has been driving I used to roast him hard in 2018. I used to absolutely destroy him because of how he would make mistakes all the time. He would not be the sort of driver you could rely on to be in the top 3 when it comes to podium, races, whatever. This game, Jon is just on a whole nother level. I like this Jon, and I want to see him go from being an academy driver to a full driver because he absolutely has the skill to do it.
Yeah, again, we're on round 7. Previous races, he's DNF'd in 2. One was obviously last week. One was in the first race in Australia. So, I mean, a lot of people DNF'd in Australia, so you can't really judge on that. He got, unfortunately, this is done on points, not positions. So, 12 points, 10 points, and 4 points. So, what's that? 5th, 6th,
12.
4th,
25,
5th.
18, 15, 12. Yeah. 4th, 5th, yeah.
4th, 5th, and 7th.
There's still, really good points position finishes nonetheless. He has got the skill. I almost saw Yolta go into the wall, but he's all right. Yolta is actually really fast on this track. Something to note. He's 108.568 is his time on the softs. When I was racing with him earlier, he was struggling. He actually didn't get much practice at all for this race. I don't expect him to be in the top 3 by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think, providing he can keep it together, a good solid P6, maybe P5 if he can do it right.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is. This is the man that I've been banging on about. So it's fine. It's fine. The softs to hards is doable here. It's just that the softs disintegrate very, very, very quickly. But the hards last so long here. The king tire overall is actually the medium, believe it or not. I've seen a lot of the drivers go on the medium tire and still deliver lap times almost as fast as those on the soft. That's how close the medium tires are to being good. Who was that? Was that Racebug? No, someone ran really deep into a corner. I think it was Racebug, but no, he's good.
Well, you had a race here yourself on Monday, didn't you?
I did.
And there was a mix of strategies. There's people two-stopping softs. There's people doing mediums and hards. I think any strategy is viable. I mean, the winner two-stopped, didn't they?
Yeah.
Softs, mediums, or those tyres in a different order. So I don't think you can say any strategy is king.
No.
The strategy that is king to you is the strategy that works for you, not the strategy that is the best for everyone else, because it's just so... Bommels, I think, is just disconnected, unfortunately. I was on board with him. And I was going to talk about Bommels next, because we've seen him so many times over this season. We've seen him in other leagues and just open lobbies in general. He's quick. But he's on a controller, and it's ridiculous how quick he is. He's the fastest non-soft runner at the moment. Okay, yes, he's a little bit bad in 11th, but of all the people behind him, you've got Martin G there. He's faster than Martin G by half a second. Yes, okay, he's done one run. Martin G has done... Martin G has done 3 laps on his hards. I'm on board with him at the moment. He's coming towards the end of the lap, so he may jump up. But Bommels has pace.
Yeah,
and I'd like
really
to see it. This track appeals to him, because it's not... Yes, the walls are close, but it's not a hard track to drive.
No, I mean...
Oh! Sorry, Martin G just had a massive wobble off the final corner. Go on. He's fine.
I was about to just talk about how at Nick Turns brought himself into the 107s. A 107.997 is a very quick time. Mizzo there with a 108.111. Yonti there 108.138. And honestly, this is getting tight. Let's have a look at the gap to leader 1 second. Right the way down to P10 is where you start to break the 1 second margin. The top 3 are all within 1.5 tenths. And honestly, I think it's about to get even closer.
Yeah, are we discounting soft runners? Because I think it's going to be quite unfair.
I think everyone will be going softs.
You reckon?
I think everyone in the top 10 will be going softs. Honestly, the softs to hards is a very easy strategy to pull off. The one that I think the hards drivers might be trying, or at least Yonti, is the two-stop strategy. Two-stop strategy is actually pretty good here. We saw him the other day, on Tuesday I think it was, when he did a softs, mediums. And again, like I say, the medium is the alpha tire to be on. It is so good. The pace you can chuck down and the life that it has, it's almost on par with the softs in terms of the power and performance. But in the lifespan, it's not that far off the hards.
Yes, it's Tuesday. I thought it was Monday, but it's Tuesday. saw that
Monday
race.
was France, and that was, yeah, we're not
That was
talking
you
about
racing.
that. Yeah, could have been worse.
So, I mean, it is looking that way that everyone is going to be going for softs. The top 11 are all softs at the moment. 14th is the trap on softs as well, which is Haride, Ribeye. I'm sure he's going to have another name sooner or later.
He's got a few.
But I think we're coming towards your favourite time.
We are. We really, really are. So you can see it. We are seeing the drivers in the pit lane, which means we're coming to the calm before the storm, as we like to call it. And that basically means that the drivers are prepping themselves for the final push, working out what tyres they want to go on, what type of strategy they want to go on to, and then setting the fuel out to be as close to zero as possible so that they can make sure they make it to the line the fastest.
Yeah, they won't care if they run out of fuel the moment they pass the line.
No.
That just means they've put it to perfection. And I don't know, I don't do this type of racing, but I'm sure they've done several laps in high fuel to see exactly how much is burnt and gone, right, okay, so I need to put in this much. I'll add a little bit extra just to be sure and run with that and see if it works. And yeah, so if they run out of fuel as they hit the line, they ain't going to care. They're going to be happy.
Yeah. The difficulty you
JC.
do have... Go on.
So I was just saying JC's coming to finish a lap on the mediums. See where he puts this.
P11. See, he's tried the strategy of going onto the mediums to the hards, but because everyone else is going softs, he's not really getting anything from it, and that's the problem. You know, it's great that he's trying this strategy, but I feel like too often he goes for the alpha strategy and it just doesn't work out for him. You know, I don't know. I want to see more stuff from him. I want to see him back to the pace that I saw him in towards the end of 2018. At the minute, I'm just concerned we're not going to see that.
Yeah, him and Beaker were great teammates, weren't they?
Yeah.
On the Thursday League, which you were Jeffing at one point, and they gave Meister a good run for his money, but Meister just trounced them. This season in that league, it's Jorn and Meister doing it, and they're getting trounced on. So, yeah, Jorn has stepped it up this game, as we keep saying. I think we mention every single week.
Yeah.
But he's found another. He's found 8th gear, let's say. On a track like this, you definitely need 8th gear.
Yeah.
And we'll see how he does in the race.
Yep, exactly. So here comes Trap in up to the final chicane in mode 4 all the way down the back. He's trying to fully capitalize on all the speed, and he's managed to make it through that chicane quite nicely. Is he going to be able to bring himself further down in the 109s? He is, 109.256, but it stays P13, and drivers have started to come out. This is go time.
Yeah, and it looks like our predictions are going to be bust. Both Mercedes are out on mediums.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's sad.
Alzo's backed out. Sorry.
It's sad, but at the same time, it's entertaining because they're going to be one of the few frontrunners that are actually going to be doing that.
One more's P6 on mediums. Half a second off the pace of any turn. That is a quick lap.
The question is, though, is it a lap that the Mercedes can beat? They're 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship, right? Buemels has been insanely fast, and we praised him a lot. I just don't feel like he's going to be faster than these two right now.
Well, we're going to find out. He may go for another lap. He does have that. It's not on red fuel. He may fancy another lap. In fact, I think he's trying to get behind Beaker to get a slipstream. So where Ellington's just started, is he getting a tow? And copy? I don't think so.
Copy's a bit too far ahead. Oh, I think he's backed out. He might actually be giving him a tow. Where did you say?
Backed out. Oh, he's just got a nudge from a Ferrari as well. That was sloppy.
Sloppy got wing damage? I saw something just disappear. Yeah, he has. Right end plate gone.
He's gone into the back of Ventiton. I don't know if it was a connection issue, because obviously Sloppy is always having the connection issues.
Yeah. Oh, Buemels. Okay, he's retired. Never mind.
So he's not going to go for it again.
Mind you, though. Here he is. Oh, that was a clout with the wall, I'm sure of it, but he has got the car, and he invalidated. He was 1.3. That was a 108.6, which does put him slower than Buemels, but that is not good. If he's going to be burning
Zerd,
a lap away, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, Zerd's coming.
He's throwing it so hard through that final corner. Is it going to work out for him?
Oh. Okay, Zerd. All right, that a 108.271 on medium tires. That is insane. That is the end of the session, but we still have these drivers coming to put their fastest laps in. Let's see how Yonti does. Is it going to be quick enough?
Keeping out with a lot of damage there. Who's done that? There's a car in the middle of the track. Rainbow. Yonti goes P2. Was he affected by Rainbow having an accident?
No. If anything, it would have helped him.
Well, there's a car in the middle of the track. And it turns backed out. Does he think he's got it? Does he think he's got it secure?
I don't know. He hasn't got the fuel to work with. Martin G's retired, so he's P17 at best. That is going to be the end of the run for him. Yorn's coming to it. That's Yorn in P4. Yoltik's coming for it as well. That's him in P6. Where's Gooby? Gooby's coming. Not sure. He's up by a 10th, but that's not moved him anywhere.
That's not the racing line, but okay.
He's
he just corner cut the final chicane. He just didn't stop.
That's the end of the qualifying. Well, I mean, we were very wrong. I mean, Martin G, even if you took it just on the mediums, Martin G had some major issues, and I think penalties are probably going to be his main problem. I think it's going to be his kryptonite today. But here's the rundown after the qualifying session. So at Nickturn takes pole position with a 107.997, and just 300ths of a second is Yonti right behind him. Mizzo there in P3 with Yon following him. Zerd, the fastest medium runner, and in P5 with Yoltek in 6th. Sloppy in 7th, Copy in 8th. Then Buemel's the next medium runner in 9th, Beaker in 10th, and then Blue, the best of the rest, in P11, with Raceberg 12th, Gooby 13th, Just to the 14th, Forsave 15th, Trap 16th, Martin G 17th, Marco 18th, and the Rainbow in 19th place. So,
well.
I'm Casa. Do it to me. I did it to you in the qualifying. It's only go on, I'll let you give it back to me. Put me under that bus.
I'm looking at the weather first of all, trying to work out, is that going to turn to rain?
Well, in the F2 races, I got debated. I thought it was going to rain, and it didn't.
Okay.
I don't know whether or not it's just like a very British thing as well. I mean, obviously this is Canada, it's not Britain at all, but they have very similar weather to us in the fact of, look, that is exactly what you see in Britain. You see clouds like that, and that is summer. That's get your shorts out, get your t-shirts out, forget your umbrellas. You're going to go out there and enjoy the sun, which they currently can't properly do. So we'll see how the track pans out throughout. But it's interesting. A lot of the drivers went for softs. A few of the drivers went for mediums. Maybe we're going to see rain towards the mid of the race.
We might. I mean, hopefully you can get someone to check in and tell you what's going to happen. There we go. Sorry, I was getting a bit confused by the screen there. It said we're waiting, but then we're going.
I think we're good. Unless it's Buemel's. No, he's in. That's fine.
Okay, there was this minor bug on my screen. It's gone now. Right, let's look at the tyres quickly, just to remind everyone what we're doing, and make decisions based on that.
Do you want to go first on the predictions, or do you want me to go first?
Do you have yours sorted in your head?
To a degree.
Okay, you go while I'm thinking.
So, it's going to be a really difficult one. I think it's going to come down to strategy more than anything. Zerd is the person that is really sort of making me question everything right now. P5 on mediums, great start. Did do 2 laps in the qualifying session, would have lost a lot of tyre wear as a result of that. Do I think he's going to be race winner? I don't think so. I think Yonti has got it today. Yes, he's starting on the softs, but he does transition quite well on this track. We've seen him deliver some incredible stuff when we watched him on Tuesday, and I want to see him do that again. So, Yonti is going to be my P1 prediction. Zerd's going to end up being in P2, and P3 I think will end up going to at Nickturn, but only because he lost the positions due to penalties.
Okay, well, I'm going similar lines. First, the front two are going to be the same. No, sorry, they're not. Yonti is the same. Second place, I went left field last week and I got it correct. I'm going left field again, but not so left field. It's slightly to the left. Yawn, second place. Zerd in third.
You just wanted to make that rhyme, didn't you?
Did it rhyme?
Zerd in third?
Zerd in third. Yeah, true.
Well, let's have a look now. As you can see, the back runners coming up now into their grid boxes, and it's almost time to get underway with the Canadian Grand Prix for the F1 cars. The lights will come on in just a second. There they are. And when they go out, we're going to be getting underway with the Canadian Grand Prix. And immediately I'm going to be watching Mizzo because he's going to be looking for an inside line on Yonti in towards turn 2. It's not going to be a thing that's going to happen to him, though. He's already made a mistake off the line. You can see Jon's trying to get around the outside. And immediately Zerd's looking for an opportunity. There's a bit of contact between the two. No damage, though. It's looking good from there on out for the front of the runners. How are we looking towards the back?
A little bit of contact further back, but no damage. Finally, I think Race Pug got a bit of a dive and made connection, I believe, with possibly Martin G, but nothing came of it other than a bit of embarrassment for the drivers. But Martin G's had a good start. He's up to 14th and setting his sights, and 13th. He had set his sights. He's taken his sights. Oh, Gooby had a snap and has lost the... Well, he's trying to go past Blue into turn 8. He's going down the inside. Has he got it? Maybe. Yes, he does. He has finally got it. And he's now got a big gap to Martin G already.
Oh, look at Rainbow coming down the inside. Yeah, there's contact with Martin G, but there's also contact further down as well. As Rainbow's gone for a huge send down the inside. He's claimed up to now P14. Beautiful stuff from him. Martin G, does he have damage?
Yes, big.
Where is
Definitely got damage.
Right side end plate's gone. He's not going for the pits though. He managed to make that move there on Racebug going into the final chicane. So that, yes, he's got damage, but he's not making it look like it.
Well, he's got natural pace, doesn't he? And that wing can sort of level it out a little bit between him and everyone else around him at the moment. But he doesn't want to pit yet. That's the thing. He wants to stay out for as long as he can and try and make use of the nice tyres that he has. Try and take these as long as he dares. If he loses a bit more wing, then he'll probably come in. But until then, he just cope. I mean, don't forget, this is a very straight track. There's only a few corners on it. And maybe just losing a little bit of wing.
Hold that thought, because Sloppy is attacking Zerd right on the rear of him here. This is the crucial area. He almost went for it in that chicane. Played it safe, played it smart, and he's going to be looking for a move here on the inside into the hairpins. Zerd's going to have to give him space. He's got no other choice here. It comes back across him just nicely, and now Sloppy is available to attack. We don't yet have DRS because we're still on lap 2, but he just made a big mistake there, and all that hype for nothing.
Yeah, JC also made a mistake a little too deep into the hairpin. Martin G went, oh, thank you, I'll take that, and slid one down the inside. Race Pug and Rainbow swapping places. That's due to the fact they're inside each other. And Rainbow dropping back. He's up 5 so far. Martin G's up 6. Front 4 unchanged.
I'm calling it now. We're getting rain. Obviously, I've not had the weather report, but I'm almost certain we're going to get rain. Looking at that sky, it's only getting darker, and I think we're going to be seeing raindrops fall around about lap 8, lap 9, which is obviously going to play a huge factor when it comes to the strategies. Suddenly, Zerd being so quick on the mediums doesn't look that great. Oh, that's a big shunt into the wall now. Zerd loses his left end play, I believe. He's already lost his right, and Sloppy McFloppy just goes tearing down the inside. Yeah, he's got no end place on that wing at all. And I think ultimately he's going to try and hold on until that rain falls and then change over there.
If that rain falls. I'm not saying it's definitely going to fall. There is so much action going on down at that hairpin. So many little nudges going on between all the drivers. And Rainbow has gone past us a little bit of jostling in the midfield earlier. But Rainbow is now ahead of Gooby. Gooby's got some DRS, but just won't be close enough to make a move. But Bommel's looking like he's going to make moves.
He was looking for it. He was alongside Beaker, and they were both matched on pace the whole time. Boimels ended up having to back out just because he couldn't do anything about it. Something else to keep a very close eye on is that whilst that Nickturn has been setting all of these, fast laps and whatnot, Yonti has closed up onto him. He's still there, just under 0.5 of a second. And I think realistically, Yonti's biding his time.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out. He may try to fancy an undercut. If the rain doesn't come, he may look to get that undercut on out and turn. They stop. The softs are most likely going to be 2 stopping. We'll see how that works out for him. But yeah, I'm just wondering, as Beaker's coming under pressure from Bobble still.
Yeah.
Front lots are starting to spread out a bit. The back lot aren't. I mean, Beaker the whole way to Marco and 17 are all within DRS of each other.
Oh, Fossetti. That's where the yellow flag is. That is a big mistake there, and it doesn't look like it was as a result of anything other than his own mistake. He's got pretty much no wing, realistically, on that car, and he's going to have to try and limp it all the way home. And even having to cut that corner as a result. But Buemels has got the run on Beaker now. They had a mistake going through the chicane. Beaker ran seriously wide, almost went into the wall of champs. And here comes Buemels down the inside into turn 2. Is there going to be contact between the two? There is. And that's Buemels getting rotated. It looked like Beaker just didn't give him any room.
Was he entitled to give him room? Buemels only had a wheel inside. But that has made a mess of Martin G's front wing. Martin G went into the side of Buemels and now has lost all the elements on the right-hand side. I think he's going to have to bring this in. He's going to be struggling through some of these corners. Rainbow shows that he is struggling by trying to make moves at him. Oh. And he's going to get pincered here. That could have ended in tears.
But it hasn't, and he has been overwhelmed. Gooby's managed to get through both of them. He's had to back out because he knows he just hasn't got the aerodynamical grip in order to hold on to these positions or at least battle with them. Although somehow Rainbow made a mistake throughout that chicane. It actually has given Martin G an opportunity to bring himself back alongside him, but again, he backs out early enough. A little bit of a nudge there from Martin G into the back of Rainbow. I think Martin G is going to surely, like you say, come into the pits. If there's going to be rain, then we might be seeing him go in and change to some softs. I have had a little weather update for you. Okay. No clouds with rain near the track. We'll come with more information later.
Fair enough. There's a corner cut there from Rainbow. He's hesitates to the escape road. And now he's coming under pressure from Racebug. They both have DRS, but Racebug's just going to be too far back unless he goes for a strange deep dive, but he doesn't. He knows better. And yeah, so Martin G comes in, puts on mediums, and Sloppy gets a 3-second corner cutting penalty on the back there of Copy.
Yeah, not going well for him. He is seriously close to the back of Copy now. DRS wing wide open. Copy has got nothing that he can use to defend with here. We've criticised Copy a lot of times for his ERS usage, and I think ultimately that's what's going to be a difference here as Sloppy manages to get through. Copy, though, now has an opportunity to return that favour back to him on probably the most important DRS straight. Sloppy is ahead, and Copy's right on his rear.
Yeah, it was an interesting time to make an overtake when you've got this straight. Unless you knew you were that much faster, it didn't matter if you took the overtake. Copy is coming. He's in mode 0 though. For now, he has the DRS close up. Now he's going through the chicane. Needs the drive. And it doesn't look like a good drive. Sloppy didn't get a great one either, but Copy won't be coming.
No. Copy wasn't trying, I don't think, but I have heard from the stewards. Remember, we do have live stewards in the RNL. There's going to be an investigation underway between Beaker and Buemels. As you can imagine, from my own opinion, it looked like Beaker just came across him and stopped him from going for the corner. But we are not stewards at the end of the day. We're just commentators. We're here to make it spicy, and that's exactly what's happening between Just Chillin' and Beaker. Beaker, again, under attack now. This is going to be Just Chillin' looking for an opportunity. If he gets it down the DRS straight, is he going to go for it? We saw what happened earlier between Sloppy and Copy, although Copy backed out. Just Chillin's closing in on him here, and he has to back out there. There's no way for him to go. Beaker's going to be able to take that corner beautifully fine, but now Just Chillin is sizing him up, looking for an opportunity, making sure if he can get him, because there's the DRS detection zone there, right? And then he has to come into this here, make sure he's got the inside, try and get a better drive out of it than Beaker. Whilst Beaker will have the slipstream, Just Chillin will have the DRS, and that is a position gain for Just Chillin. And I commented earlier, I want to see better stuff from him, and this is it. Oh, Jon! Big mistake there through the final chicane. He was actually battling with Mizzo, and he just lost control going into the chicane. Ended up cutting the corner as a result. Mizzo gets the position back, but Just Chillin gets a Jon gets a penalty.
Yeltek's got a 5-second penalty marker, and he bins it coming off the wall of champions. Sorry, who?
Oh, 1 second. Look at all of this that's going on. Copy's got wing damage. There is so many cars stacked together. Copy has 0 wing. I don't know how. They must have lost it going into the Wall of Champions, but there's a 4-car little scrap going on. Copy is trying to keep himself alive. Racebug is all over the back of him right now. Copy's just trying to stay to the inside. This is just getting really tense. Almost there, Buemels. Oh, my heart can't take it.
Yeah, I think it might have been caused by Yeltek. Yeltek got a 5-second penalty for severe collision. I can't remember who it was with, but he's definitely got massive front wing damage. And Copy's now falling like a stone. He has no front wing on that car. I'm not even sure what's happened. Something's happened.
Oh, Sloppy's losing places. Here comes Racebug down the inside into the hairpin. He's got it. He's going to have DRS as well to defend with, although I did make a mistake coming out of the corner. This is going to bring... Oh, Sloppy has DRS in that case then. So now... Oh, they both do.
But so is Bommels. And here he comes, past Sloppy. Sloppy's closed his wing. And in the pits he comes. Elsewhere, there's other pit stops. Anyturn and Yawn have both pitted. There's a lot going on. We can't keep up with them. Sorry.
We don't have enough eyes. We don't have enough cameras. We just need to keep focus on everything that's going on. Yeah, pit stops are lighting up now. We've seen drivers. Sloppy's gone to the softs for some reason. Whether he believes the rain's going to come or not is a whole different story. We can see Trap's gone onto the mediums. Keeping an eye out for Copy and Sloppy. Copy and Yolta. They've both gone for the mediums as well. And Nickturn's pitted and come out in P6 on the medium tyres and has just got himself a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, he was just coming out ahead of Racebug. One was looking to make moves on said Racebug. And is he going to go for it in the braking zone? He thought about it. He probably could have done a better job of sending it, but it was almost a half-assed send.
Watch out for Marco. Marco's coming. Buemmels is looking for it. He can't defend. He's going to have to use DRS to try and protect himself, but Marco's going to be all over him here. And if Racebug isn't careful, he might lose 2 places.
Yeah, well, I mean, Marco's dropped back, so he's not going to come at him yet, but Bommels is coming. Bommels has come. Bommels has gone.
Yep.
He came, he saw, he passed.
But look at Marco. He's managed to get a really solid drive, whereas Racebug didn't. He's right here on the back of him. Racebug still doesn't have DRS, but Marco will. It's going to be a tight battle going in towards turn 2. Are we going to see him do it? He does cut the corner. He just tried to give extra space, but look at the Haas. Here's Yonti. Yonti's come out alongside of his teammate. There's going to be Yonti getting past him. Yes, he is, but now he's come out in traffic, and this is not good for Yonti's race. If you think about where Nickturn is, Yonti's lost a lot of time to it.
What I want to know is, does Marco have to give that position back to Racebug? He overtook him off the track. He got hit with a 3-second penalty, which shows he was off the track. Has he not got to give this position back?
No, I don't think so.
But
I think he did.
Because otherwise he would have got a penalty.
I think he would have got him anyway. I think the reason why he got that penalty was because of how much space he was trying to give to Racebug. He was more making sure that Racebug didn't cut him off. That position was always going to be taken by Marco. There's no way really that anybody could sort of say otherwise. But we need to pay attention a minute at Gooby and Rainbow, as Gooby is actually really close to the back of Rainbow, but Rainbow has DRS as well. This is going to mean then, Nickturn had a mistake there. Incident between Beaker and Buemmels on lap 5 will be investigated after the race. We'll see about that later. Jorn getting more penalties.
Oh, there goes my prediction. It's starting to look bad for me now, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean,
yeah.
I know he's got pace. I was hoping he would put it down. He has put it down. Unfortunately, he's put it down off the track. So that's his second penalty, isn't it?
I think it might even be his third. He's had a lot of issues.
What?
He had an issue. He kind of cut the corner in the final chicane, but I'm just paying attention to Yonti all over the back of Buemmels, and I'm also paying attention to the gap that's going on for Nickturn. The 3-second time penalty of Jorn will be removed after the race since it was caused by another car. So he's going to have 3 seconds removed.
Well, have you got telemetry open or?
Yeah, I do not.
Okay. Maybe we can get a Jeff to check in with some penalties for us. As Jorn's looking to make moves here on Racebug, going to go around the outside of the hairpin. No, he's not. He's going to bounce off the Haas. And now he's going side by side. He has the position. But Mizzo's there as well. Mizzo's going to try and come through. Jorn and Mizzo are actually racing each other. This is for proper position. And Mizzo's looking to make moves. There's just no room there. And Jorn still holds him off, but needs to get a drive off here. Mizzo got a beautiful drive. That is a drive and a half off that corner. He's going to go through, but comes to a braking zone. He's got a car in front, and he is through. That was a beautifully executed move by Mizzo.
Yep.
Just got a perfect drive off that final chicane. And you're just like, not much I can do. I've got the inside line on home straight, though. That's it.
Exactly. Jorn, he's had issues already this race. We can tell that, but Yeah, Mizo just managed to get such a drive through that final chicane. Comes outside of it, managed to just slide on past Yawn. Gives him a fair bit of space on the outside, no doubt about that. But already Mizo looking to line up Marco and see if he can make a position change there. And something that we missed earlier on was that Yonti did make a pass on Buemels, and now Yonti's made a pass on Gooby, and he's already going to have DRS on Rainbow. So Yonti is driving like a madman to try and recover the position on Nickturn. And realistically, Yonti is net P1 because of the fact that Nickturn has penalties. This is making my 1 and 3 look spot on.
Nickturn has how many penalties though?
6 seconds minimum.
Already?
Yeah. Penalty update for you. Nickturn has
good.
6. Gooby
Right.
has 3. Marco has 3. Yawn has 6, of which 3 are going to be removed. Yawn has... Oh, that's right. Yawn, sorry. RAC Racebook, sorry, is 3. Martin G has 3, and Sloppy has 3. So, yeah, bear that one in mind.
Okay, so Yawn effectively only has 3 seconds of penalties, not
Yeah.
not 9 as you thought with 3 to be removed. Okay,
That's right, yeah.
so he's still got a chance. It's not over yet for him. Okay, he's probably not going to get it to the podium, but he's currently net P4. It's not out of the realms of possibility yet for him to put this one on the podium, and that would be a great result for him here today if he can just get it there.
Oh,
And what's
Nickturn
worrying
almost sent it into the back of Just Chilling there. He looked for it. There was an opportunity. The gap was getting smaller and smaller as Just Chilling was aiming for the apex. He didn't have to necessarily give him space, and he didn't. And that's why we ended up in the situation we're in. But Racebug, Beaker having battles. Beaker gets through. Racebug is in trouble. He's got 12 laps in on these medium tyres. And Beaker is coming up closer to Marco. We saw Yawn take off. Mizo take off. Marco is about to lose position here. Beaker's going to be going for it in towards the hairpin, the chicane, and he's done it. That was a really nice overtake by Beaker.
Yeah, at the same time, Nickturn has taken race lead off JC. Simple overtake down into the first corner. Wasn't even a dive. It was I'm already through. I don't think JC even thought it. He knew it was coming. He knew that that's not his race. Why should he wear out his tyres battling someone that he's not even battling for proper position against? But having said that, I mean, these guys are probably all going to stop again. So is it?
Yolta,
Yolta.
where's that?
Oh,
I'm just on board with Forseti. He's chasing him up into it. Is that the Wall of Champions? I don't see his car there. I don't see any debris there.
Is it a pit lane retirement?
Oh,
No.
it must have been. No, it must have been. It must have been in the
Special.
Wall of Champions.
Must have been, yeah. I know it's a pit lane retirement. It's just changed on fresh tyres. So unfortunately, a pit lane retirement has caused Gooby to get a drive-through and a virtual safety car.
And he's
Gooby
retired.
says that'll do.
Oops. I tried to
Support
spectate
with-
and it viewed profile.
Yeah, I hate that. I wish they'd get rid of that. And Gooby's not happy one bit. Drive-through, retired from session, and Rainbow gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But he's pissing under the virtual safety car, and we're going to see a lot of activity as we're back under racing once again.
Yep. So immediately we're seeing the pit lane light up. Yawn's closing in onto the back of Mizo. Zerd has obviously been promoted now up into P6. He's going to be looking to take these hards all the way to the end, providing that we don't see Rin. And as it stands so far, we haven't seen it. So there is a really good solid chance that that might stick around. As I look at the tyres that have been chosen, the Racebug's gone on to softs. Marco and Martin G have pitted and gone on to hards. I think that's Martin G's second pit stop. Yes, it is. He's the only person so far to have done 2 pit stops. So we'll see how that pans out later on.
Absolutely. Bommels and Blue are close. They are chasing down Sloppies on some rather getting old softs. They're not rather old, they are getting old.
Yeah.
It's a bit like me. They're definitely past their prime, but they've still got a bit left in them. Bit of kick.
Yeah, a bit of kick. You know, I don't know. I don't want to insult you, so I'm not going to.
I was cheating you up there.
You did, but I felt bad. It was too easy. It was it's like snatching sweets from a baby. I didn't want to do that. But Blue is really seeing how much pace his team has actually got. Looking at it, Blue should be able to keep up with Buemels. Buemels' tyres will have just now sort of come to life. And you can see the difference between the life of tyres right now. Sloppy, who's 6 laps in on these softs, has a very quick Buemels coming down the inside. And this is not the first time we've seen him go for an overtake there. But it's also not the first time we've seen it very cleanly executed in the same manner. Blue's looking to try and follow in his teammate's footsteps, and now looking for an overtake here on Sloppy, going in towards turn 2, and he's got it.
Easy.
That is a very simple overtake done, but he's actually slowly but surely falling away from Wemmels, and he might actually just be outside of the DRS zone for the next DRS, a DRS gap,
right
sorry, for the next
on the
DRS
edge,
zone.
isn't it?
Yeah, teetering.
0.952. It's come down a little bit. Well, and it goes up. Well, we'll find out. That's the detection point is around there. So looking good, and he has it. So this is going to be good for him. But Bubbles isn't far from his own DRS on Rainbow. But having said that, Blue just lost 3/10 coming off that corner.
Yep.
Sloppy is still there.
He's
Blue's
lagging
got a
now.
little bit of lag. Yeah.
Can I just also draw your attention to Yonti, who is just 2.7 seconds behind race leader. And Nicton, who we know has 6 seconds of penalties already, likely to get more based on how he's driven so far. I'm pretty sure I nailed it bang on the head when I said Yonti P1. The only person who's scaring me is Zerd.
Zerd always scares you, though.
He does. He's just so quick, even on these sorts of tyres. I know he hates it every time I say it, but he is. Boemel's actually closing up to the back of Rainbow now, and into a very crucial area of the track. This is obviously the tee-up section, if you like, where the whole rest of this is just bringing it closer and closer for that final battle on the back straight. And if the pace continues, Boemel's will already be past him when we get to it.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on Yorn and Mizzo. They're half a second apart. Yorn will get some DRS down this straight if he fancies a shot at a podium. But we're still quite early doors. We're only on 17:35. And so Yorn has actually just got a terrible drive off the corner. Mizzo can nail the exits of these corners. That's Yorn's problem at the moment.
Yeah.
Mizzo is quick. What can he do? Well, he had a wobble. Mizzo had a wobble.
Well, if you remember back to last season, we saw Mizzo and Meister have a scrap and a half, and it all ended up with Meister ended up getting a puncture, and that was what resulted in him losing that win. But it was so close throughout, and you can see the difference now.
Oh, not easy. Rainbow's still there. This is for actual position. Bombs is trying to go round the outside. Just got the longer line. Trying to get the drive off the corner now. He's still alongside. He's not backing out. He might have to back out though if he's not careful. He's still behind Rainbow. And get some DRS here. Is he going to go for it here? He's going to stop before he gets to the back of the Rainbow. Are we going to have a new Rainbow Road at this rate?
I think we might have some more problems if it continues in that sort of manner. Yeah, something else to note is Yonti, who is effectively net P1. Even now, he just got a 3-second time penalty, meaning that Nicturn needs to get 3-second gap between him and Yonti in order to protect himself from Yonti. The difficulty he's going to have there is that he's already within that, and he's actually coming closer and closer. Yonti is bringing himself ever so close, and the thought is that the top 5 might still need to pit. I mean, Beaker and Yorn surely have to, and Nicturn as well.
Top 6 all have to pit. Outside, I'd say they might be okay. I'm talking about Rainbow and Bobbles here, not and JC obviously, not Blue.
Oh, Boemels just went around the outside there of Rainbow, and he made that look very clean. It was very tight though. Rainbow just keeping his nose in there, but he did end up losing that position. And actually, the two Renault drivers are really working together, because look at this. Boemels tees them up, and then Blue just sinks them straight away. And he's already looking for a move down the inside here. This is a very tight one. Rainbow gives him plenty of space. Blue's coming back at him, gives him a little nudge there, almost puts Rainbow into the wall. That would have been very severe if it had happened. Rainbow has a little bit of an issue there with his DRS, where he pressed it too many times and he closed it by accident, which has allowed Blue to get through. But ultimately, this is also going to allow Rainbow to come straight back at him as Martin G gets a penalty, and he's right on the back of this battle.
Yeah, he wants to come back through this. Rainbow's not making any moves. And Blue's gone very deep. Blue's lost out to Rainbow. He will not get DRS, Blue.
No.
It's too far at the back of his own teammate. Martin G's too far back to make a move. Blue's still on the back of Rainbow, but Rainbow has DRS. Well, that's a late decision.
Well, he didn't even mean to. He just snapped. His car snapped. He didn't even mean to go for the pits. He
I
actually
thought he went for the pits.
No. I mean, it looked like it because of how hard he just snapped away. But No, he just purely lost it there, and I think that is Martin G.
Lost it.
Retired into the pits. Yeah, that's no surprise in that respect then. Oh, there comes trouble. So that's Sloppy almost going into the wall. He's kept it together. Copy is chasing Trap, and Yon is still chasing Mizzo, strangely enough.
He's been chasing him for a while now, and he just can't catch up. But he can, but Mizzo nails the exit of the important corners. Yon is relatively close now, less than half a second. DRS is open, Wave 4 is in. I think he's got a chance, not here, but on the home straight.
Oh, yeah.
He's going here. Late on the brakes, gives him a bit of space, and he's through.
Wow, Yon, that was so impressive. I was biting my lip, praying that there wasn't going to be contact, but there wasn't. There was no warnings, no penalties, nothing. And immediately, the two McLarens now are actually in a position where they could work together. Falsetti, whilst he does have a blue flag, it'll be in his teammates' interest if he can do anything to slow Yon down without getting in trouble.
Yeah, I was looking through fingers of covering my face on that chicane. I thought, Yon's not going to go for it here. Wait, he's pulling out. No, don't go. Uh-oh.
He sent it. Oh, he's done it. It was insane. A really, really good overtake from Yon. Hopefully, he can do some work on that and maybe bring himself onto his, esports teammate.
Yeah, Beaker's on the back of Rainbow in Yon's teammate's car. The Toro Rossos currently 3rd and 9th. Ferraris are looking only to get one set of points at the moment. Beaker sends one down the inside, and he's through up to P9, but Rainbow's going to have DRS on the home straight and the next bit straight. But Beaker has fresh tyres, so needs to get this drive, and then turn more penalties as Yonti's come in.
Yeah, it's getting lively in the pit lane. Yonti, Yon, Mizzo. With Zerd in as well. Okay, that was the person I was worried about. Now, actually, just chilling is suddenly right in this. Look at that, P3. He's gone 7-lap old hards. He's absolutely going to make these go all the way to the end. And Buemels is right here as well. He's actually come out in front of Mizzo. Yes, Mizzo's going to have much faster tyres, but Buemels is going to be still fine. He's actually going to be able to contend with this. Jon's managed to get himself ahead of Buemels. So this is really in Buemels' hands now. If he can push up to get onto the back of Jon and get DRS, he might actually be able to protect himself from Mizzo, but Mizzo is really not far. He's already within DRS range to attack.
Doesn't have it though. He didn't have it. Just close up in the braking area. He just had that grip. Sorry, through that corner. And so Yonti is going to look good. In comes Enter. So I think of the people still on track, obviously both race people will still pit and most people behind him. But Blue's the only one really I expect to pit again from the top 10. And therefore he'll drop outside the top 10. And yes, I'm not sure he's actually going to be in the top 10 unless it may end up being Mark. And Marco can't jump that high.
Oh, this is going to be tense. Look how close these two are going to be. There's at Nickturn, there's Yonti. So that lap extra pit stop actually worked out worse for a Nickturn than you would have thought. Yonti's already on the back of him. And remember, that he has 9 seconds of penalties on at Nickturn's car. Just Chilling doesn't have any, which means he will gain that position on at Nickturn as it stands. But we do have very fast drivers behind. Like you said, Mizzo is ahead now on Buemels and is already chancing it on Jon to get himself into the DRS range of it. 2/10 is the gap between the two of them. And immediately, I think we're going to see some problems.
Yeah, Just Chilling needs to keep that gap at 4 seconds between him and Jon for as long as he can. And Just Chilling will, at the moment, he'll get any turn. If Yonti gets another one, he may get Yonti, but the front two are on mediums. They're going to start pulling away from the hard tyres, particularly JC, who's on 8-lap old hards. As Yonti is going past. No, he's not. Ennington covers him off, nearly gets another penalty on that corner. Yonti with DRS once again. Is he going to make moves on Ennington going into turn 1? Ennington goes defensive. Yonti's going to have to go the long way on the first corner, but he's ready through, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and also Zerd and Rainbow are having a little battle as well. Zerd's managed to get past Rainbow before we get to the final chicane, so he's now up in a P9. He's on those mediums, and this is where we're going to see a very fast Mercedes. I might actually get my... No, surely I'm being too ambitious.
So
Am I being too ambitious? So I said Yonti, Zerd at Nickturn.
You're not going to get a Zerd.
Well, I mean, look at the gap to lead. Let's have a look. Gap to leader is 17 seconds. And Nickturn has 9 seconds of penalties. And then the gap between Zerd and Just Chillin' is only 10 seconds. And we have 11 laps remaining. So he only has to have a 1 second better a lap than Just Chillin'. Which, whilst he's on 9 lap all hards, it might happen. It might happen.
He's got to pass Beaker and Mizzo.
What are you trying to say there?
I'm saying, oh no, it's Hazard, wasn't it? Not Zerd. Beaker's had issues with drivers on this track. And we've shown it today as he goes past Wommels up into P6. That's just another car between him and Zerd. Beaker's already had issues on this track today. He's had issues on the track in the past. I don't want to say watch out for Beaker, but watch out for Beaker if you're trying to pass him. He likes a wide car.
Yeah, and I think the only... Beaker did have contact, yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I do think that penalty... Sorry, that situation was Beaker's fault, in my opinion. He just turned in, didn't give him any space, and that was it. But, other than that, he's not really had any other problems. Zerd is all over the back of Buemos. Buemos is driving the widest car. Yeah, even last season, the main one that happened outside of the hairpin wasn't actually his fault, really. But anyway, we need to focus on this bit that's happening right here because Zerd is already onto the back of Buemos. Buemos actually lost DRS on the back of Beaker. We do have a scrap going on as well, just further ahead, as Mizzo is coming up to the back of Jon, and he's going to be looking to take that position from him.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for him. Zerd has DRS on Buemos. Buemos is assisting Duck, doesn't really fight it, just lets him on through. And Jon is still... They were fighting earlier, now they're fighting again. Did Jon make the wrong call going to hards? Did he have... He started on softs, didn't he? So he should have gone on to medium. Has Jon made a mistake?
Potentially. So, penalty rundown. Yonti has 3 and Nickturn has 9. Jon has 6. Mizzo has 3. Beaker has 3. Buemos has 3. Rainbow has 3. Sloppy has 6. Blue has 3. Racebug has 6. Marco has 3. Trap has 3. And Fossetti has 3. Interestingly, JC does not. Zerd does not. And Mizzo does not.
So Jon's going to potentially lose out quite big time here with his penalty. He's only got 3 because the other one's going to get overturned, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So at the moment, he's safe from Beaker, but Beaker has just closed up a 10th. And will probably close up another 10th. And then we'll probably close up another bit. And he's going to keep coming and coming and coming. And it's only a matter of time before Beaker's up there and along with Zerd. Zerd is now in DRS of Beaker, so he's coming and he's coming quick.
He is
flying as well, while we're talking.
Yeah, he's gone to softs, interestingly. And Nickturn get another 3-second time penalty, which now puts... Well, all he's done is just given Just Chillin' the position that he was going to get earlier, but obviously that time that's been lost throughout due to them being on mediums is now in a situation... I mean, and Nickton's just trying to hold on to the back of Yonti, but Yonti's just flying away. He's really taking off. And I don't know about you, but that sky, it seems to have got a little bit darker than it had before.
I think it's the same. Doesn't look like it's changed, if you ask me. It may end up raining on the last few laps, and be interesting to see. We had a virtual safety car to slow everything down a little bit, but I mean, if we had a full safety car, then I would say yes, there's a good chance of rain on the last few laps. But it's been like this all day, so I'm not worried. I am worried though for JC. He's just fallen outside of the 12-second window to enter turn.
Well,
and he has a Mizzo on his back end, and Mizzo will be coming.
He will be, and also Zerd coming past Beaker now into the final chicane. Zerd has got it done. No penalties for him on that overtake. Still has all of his wings, so no worries there. But yeah, Mizzo Just Chillin'. That is a battle we need to pay attention to as well, because Just Chillin' is ahead, but he's holding Mizzo back. There was no gap there for the inside of Mizzo, but Just Chillin' was very slow through that corner, which has caught Mizzo by surprise just a tad, and that's why you saw a little bit of contact. No damage for either driver, and Just Chillin' holds on to P3. As there's just battles everywhere, and Nickturn closing in onto the back of Yonti. This is going to be this is the closest we've seen at Nickturn and be on the back of Yonti for a little while. Down the back straight, I think we're going to be seeing a hell of a battle now.
Yeah, but it's all for now. Unless Eniton nudges Yonti by accident into the wall, he's not going to get this race win. He might not even get a podium at the rate he's going. And so it's a strange thing. I know he's trying to push and keep away from JC. And is that what's bringing him up to Yonti? Just the fact he's trying to escape JC? And one more penalty to Eniton will put him on 15, which then JC's inside of, and so is Mizzo. And
I think you're overlooking one major issue. One second. Mizzo's coming round here on Just Chillin'. There was a big wobble there from Just Chillin'. That's what caused that overtake to be so easy for Mizzo. Slips on by. JC can't do anything about it. And yeah, Mizzo looking good. Yeah, I think we're overlooking a major factor here. Is that Zerd is coming very fast. He's got 6 laps to go. He's only got a few places to actually gain here, and he's got Bjorn right here in front of him. He might actually go for a send it down the inside. He's looking for it. There's going to be a position loss for Bjorn. Nothing he can do about it. He does have end play damage on the left side anyway, which allows Zerd to get through. Now, he needs to get up to the back of Just Chillin' very quickly, so then he can look at attacking Mizzo. But again, we're running out of time, and Zerd is running out of laps.
And he's run out of cars to use for DRS, and I think it's going to be really hard for Zerd to catch up and pass Mizzo as Eniton is second in the lead, but a little wobble coming off the Wall of Champions is giving Yonti a sniff. It was only a sniff as Eniton says, no, you're not coming through.
Well, Yonti knows he doesn't have to actually scrap him. Physically, he doesn't have to pass him on track because Eniton has that many penalties. It only takes one more now. I thought that was it, but it wasn't. It only takes one more now for Eniton to bring Mizzo directly into this. 12 seconds is the penalties for Eniton, which still keeps Mizzo outside of effectively P2. If Zerd can keep bringing this time down and bring himself closer and closer and closer to Mizzo, he might actually be able to attack. The thing to remember, though, is that Mizzo also doesn't have any penalties. So Zerd will have to... Yeah, yet. Zerd will have to catch him and pass him on the track if he wants the final podium spot. But either way, it's looking solid for Zerd to be in P4.
Yeah, well, he's still got to catch up and pass JC. And we're now getting to the point of these tyres where they're almost equal. And the hards, are twice the age at the moment of mediums, but the mediums have lost that extra edge at this point, and it's all coming now down to how well they can drive for the remaining few laps. I don't think JC is going to hold them off, but it might be a good battle to stay with. And Yonti's staying with Eniton. He can almost just drop back at this point and just take it easy. But I think he wants.
Could.
I think he just wants to, and that's more for Eniton.
That's it.
But Mizzo's not quite there. He's right on the edge. When I say right on the edge, you look at the gap to leader. It's 14.8. 14.76. It's right on the limit. And Eniton's got a great drive off, and it's starting to move away from Yonti now.
So, just a reminder, Eniton having 15 seconds of penalties. I mean, that gap's just come down again anyway. So Mizzo is within that range now, but, Eniton, I don't know what's gone wrong. He just can't get the lines right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to say Mizzo's got Eniton yet, because you look at the gap, it is just under 15. Mizzo's had the entire race without getting penalties. It's so easy to get penalties here, as Eniton is showing us. One penalty for Mizzo is a game changer.
Yeah.
As Zerd is now back up, is back on the rear of JC. This should be a relatively simple overtake when he gets to it. And he's going to go for it? Not yet. He's got another straight, another bit of DRS, and he's got a drive that he needed.
Going for the inside in towards turn 2. This is going to be a very side-by-side battle in towards it. Justin's going to have the inside line. He's going to actually get a bit of pace through there, but there's nothing that Zerd won't be able to handle, and immediately he's through now into P4. 3.5 seconds is the gap. He was 3.6 until it refreshed, and immediately it's dropped down to 3.5, and it's closing. This is the chance now for Zerd. 3 laps to go, 3.4 seconds to do it in. All that he's going to need in order to change that is if Mizzo gets a penalty. My prediction will be 100% correct.
What was your prediction?
Yonti, Zerd, and Nick turn.
Well,
I won't be correct
yes,
because
but-
Mizo will be there. Damn it.
and Eniton is now safe from Mizo.
At the minute.
At the minute, yes. We've still got a few laps to go.
He might get another
So-
penalty in that. Thing is, if Nick turn gets another penalty, then we will see both Mizo and Zerd jump at Nick turn and then Nick turn be completely out of it. Oh, it's so tense. I can't wait for the end of this race, but at the same time, I'm seriously enjoying all of this little battle that's going on. And even Yonti, who's just decided, I'm just going to go full park-it mode here. I don't actually have to do anything to actually battle at Nickturn. And it's beneficial for Yonti to not attack at Nickturn on the basis that if at Nickturn gets another penalty and brings Zerd into this, that's going to injure Yonti's championship hopes.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking back further as well. There's a nice battle starting to develop for the last of the points positions. Sloppy, Blue, and Bommels all rather close to each other. Bommels and Blue are going to be on some painful soft, but then Sloppy's on some painful medium. So it's a battle of who's actually taking care of their tyres better at this point. Bommels has DRS on his teammate. That's going to help bring him up closer and have a chance of attacking Sloppy and his teammate on the last few laps. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bommel takes 9th place here.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, he's got
Bommels does
penalties
have
though,
some
but-
penalties himself, yeah, and that ultimately I think is what's going to be the crux of it. I mean, they both have penalties. I think Blue might actually be the only one out of these three that doesn't have penalties. If that's the case, Blue will jump up to P9. And Yawn and Rainbow, they both have penalties. Yawn has 6, because obviously he had 9, but he's had 3 removed. Bommels is looking for a move here on Blue. This is a full send it. That was close, and he gets another penalty. That's injured him.
That's just don't know. It looked like there was team orders involved, but if there was team orders involved, why did they do it in a chicane
Yeah.
like that? The one place that's so easy to get penalties is there. Do it like on the chicane or something. It just didn't seem like the right place to try and make that overtake. Someone that's so easy just to corner cut and get that penalty as he's just got, and I think that's just ruined any chance he's had of getting a point here today. And speaking of penalty,
Nickton and Yonti. Yeah, sorry, scrapping hard. Yonti was looking for an opportunity around the outside, couldn't get it. Ran seriously wide, and then Nickton's lame through. Unless he just got on the grass there and was worried. But I don't get why you would do that.
Unless I don't see the incident that was reason it, but maybe Eniton felt he overtook off the track and decided to let Yonti back through, or overly defended. But that has helped Mizo a bit. Mizo is now on that 15 second. He's now under that 15 second.
Yep. And he gets another one
Never
to go
mind.
with it. Yeah, that's it. That's ruined it. So that means now, in Nickton, unless he can pull off a miracle through the final stages of this race, he is going to lose the podium
the last
position
lap.
altogether.
This is it.
Exactly, and that's it. That means now, let me have a look at the gap to leader. It's 18 seconds. So Zerd needs to just bring it down even more. If he can. Oh, that's
Well-
crucial. I didn't know that.
What's that?
Mizo has a 3-second penalty of his own as well.
Does he?
Zerd will jump him. So we've now got the drivers cross the line. Yonti's got the win. We knew that was coming. The question is now is what's going to happen here? Mizo's coming up to the line. He's going to cross there. Zerd's chasing him hard. Has he got himself within the gap on Nickton? He might actually jump both drivers into P2. This is going to be the run he needs. Is it P2? It is! Zerd takes P2. Where did that come from? I got it right. 100% prediction. Yonti P1, Zerd P2, and Nickton P3 due to penalties. That was the closest finish I have seen in a long time.
And here come the last points positions. Bommels has 10th, but Blue takes it. So not a lot of changing in the backfield actually, other than that one.
Yeah.
But 0.1 of a second was the difference between a podium and not a podium for Mizo. And that's like the difference between getting the power down now and now. That is it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the last
I can't get
drive.
over that finish. Zerd Literally on the edge. Couldn't have been any closer if he tried. I honestly, I had faith in Yonti to take the win. I knew that was coming. But I was a bit... When I said Zerd P2, I thought, I mean, he's in a good place here, P5, and then he had that issue early on in the race, but he drove like a champion, and he's there on the second step of the podium. But that's Yonti hoisting his trophy up high, very well deserved. And we're going to have a look now at the race results following that Grand Prix. Whew, what a run. Yonti, P1, did get a penalty himself, but ultimately it meant nothing as it was a 15-second gap to him and Zerd. Zerd, after a really dramatic end, takes P2, keeps the cleanest race of one of 3 drivers. Enicta takes P3 due to a lot of penalties. Mizzo in 4th with Just Chillin', having the best result of the weekend. Actually starts P14, goes P5. Beaker finishes in 6th with Yon in 7th, Rainbow in 8th, Sloppy in 9th with Blue in 10th, rounding out the points positions, and Buemels, who did really impress us throughout majority of this race, did just have far too many issues, and as a result of that falls down to P11, but does claim the title of best of the rest, with Copy in 12th, Trap in 13th, Racebook 14th, Marco 15th, Fossetti in 16th, and your DNF is where Martin G, Gooby, and Yolta. So, there's only one final question for you to answer today, Amkasa, and that is, who is your driver of the day?
I think we know who it is, don't we?
I'm probably not going to go for the same one as you.
No?
No.
I mean, I'm looking at JC. He's done a really good
never
job.
mind. Yeah, we are.
Well,
yeah,
no,
we're both looking at the exact same.
But I'm giving credit to JC. Massive credit. 14th to 5th, penalty-free. Great result for him.
Yeah.
Also looking at the standings, and I think we see a big jump from Yonti with that win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later. Well, Bournemouth didn't score, Martin G didn't score, and they're above him. So he's going to jump both of them and potentially could take P2 in the championship. I'm not going to, or P3. I'm not going to do the maths now because it's going to take forever. But yeah, great race.
So that is the end of that Grand Prix. Just Chillin' takes the driver of the day, whilst Yonti takes the win, Zed taking second, and then Nick 10 takes third. And that's it for the Rwagnation League.